I apologize in advance for my sweaty and red nature. Let me tell you a tale of a place full of things and people, but not as full as you'd think. Off a road, onto a smaller road, onto a smaller road, onto one more small road. You'll drive through the woods that you may see behind me. Look, like that one's doing, that's fine. You'll come to a series of roads that ring a square of wood cabins, often called a circle. It's a square, but it's a circle. These cabins ring a width of grass, dotted with trees, and at their center a tabernacle where people who dig through my Facebook can find the pictures of when I got married. This, for 1 week a year, is the place where people who make up the genetic heritage of this location, there's one just there, there's one, there he is. All of these people are related, all of these people know each other, some of them married in. Welcome to camp meeting at Shingleroof. Founded during the Civil War to train, house and deploy the brave sons of McDonough, Georgia. Apparently 1,000 or so young men stayed here, trained here, left here and went off to fight. You ask anyone that's from here, will be here, lives here, knows of here, they'll talk about Sherman's March to the Sea, the burning of Atlanta, local features where soldiers were known to hold off the advancing northern forces. You go, okay. I mean, they still lost. This place apparently originally was tents, which is why these structures you see are still called tents. This one right here, that one right there, see it? Do you see it? Cabin 35 is the combination of Elliott's, Moyes, Moats, Phillips, etc, 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 etc. Every neighboring tent you can see, some of them older, some of them newer. Actually, that's like a rec center, so more like these over here, etc, etc. Behind here, over the course of the next 3 days, will be full of individuals, all related by husband, wife, grandmother, grandfather, cousin, brother, sister, whatnot, in-laws like myself. The next 3 days are going to be super busy. The following 4 days, apparently, not so much. I, as a brave outsider, shall continue to document, report back, observe, and try not to be indoctrinated in what is sure to be a very strange, rural, possibly quite slightly rednecky 7 days in Georgia. Welcome to the inside of cabin 35. Wait, sorry, dirty. So lovely and flushed. Yeah, there's going to be a filter to take care of this. So, behind us, the lovely screen door entrance. As you can see, there is there's a lot going on inside. There's a lot going on. There isn't really. There's almost nothing going on. So beyond the charming screen door, you have a bed of kinds, melons, watermelon, the humble rotary fan, everyone's best friend at camp meeting, a charming porta potty. Dare we look inside? Dare we? Dare we? We dared. Everything's very exposed, everything's very simple. If you look closely, boom, there's a joke. Everything's very simple, it's all very rustic, You look between the boards, you can see the floor. That's how they roll in here. Of course, modern concession, recycling. Everything's exposed, everything's simple. I've just realised I filmed everything so far in portrait mode and I hate myself. Look, there's a no, I thought that was a mirror. Delightful shower. There's a creaky step here, try not to fall over. Step into a kitcheny area. It's all very simple living. It's my biggest fan. Here, a glimpse of a bedroom. So it's very outdoorsy. For the indoors, it's very outdoors. Kitchenette, eating areas. Pretty much everything is taken out on the porch. It's very rustic. It's very old school. It's very. Oh look, found a Jill again. I'm gonna step a decent distance away from everyone. I'm gonna delay the big reveal. Welcome to Shingleroof Campground. Now, at the very center, as I said, is the tabernacle. This is where I get married. This is where several times a day there will be church services held. And to give you a rotation, you may see beyond the openings of the tabernacle, you can see domiciles. These domiciles ring the entire campground. It's a square. Here they call it a circle. I don't know why. They're strange that way. But this is pretty much it. Tabernacle at the center, a ring of grass and trees, and squared off around it a series of cabins. Church services twice, possibly 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, all prepared here. Activities for the kids, themed meals, be they Thanksgiving on Sunday apparently, a memory day, leftover day, Italian day, although how many people here are going to pronounce it Italian. Apparently there is an inaugural water balloon fight, which apparently I'm looking to be hazed in. It's going to be interesting. So yes, for the next week or so, this will be me, right here, cabin 35. Save me. What you ask, will I be doing with the bulk of my time? I will be sitting here, on the porch, which holds, I want to say, some dozen, maybe 2 dozen people. A lot of sitting, a lot of talking, a lot of catching up. I charged my Kindle, I've turned off the reception on my phone. It's going to be just a lot of sitting around, talking, sweating. It's going to be very, very moist. So, this is where my wife, the one Jill, Phillips, Lingham, Hoffman, etc. will be staying. Let's see if I can shed a little light on the situation. There we go. So we'll do 2 angles. So we have a bed, very simple dividing wall. In fact, a curtain. The teeniest of mirrors, and of course, screen with a swing door on both sides. You may note no fan, no air conditioning. She is going to schwitz up a storm. Just switch angles and illuminate the other side. So it's all very simple, very rustic. Mum, you've stayed in a caravan enough to see this is essentially a wooden version of the metal and plyboard summers that we had. We're being watched by a tiny man, and she's left her mark. Yes, 15, 16, and apparently 17. So yeah, I don't know how many people have slept in here over the years, and how many children, how many people have been squished onto a double bed. But yes, I am sweating up a storm. So among the many items that are in here, including this very high ceiling exposed, is a small piece of history. Thomas Stock Elliott, who apparently, enlisted as a private in the 19th Regiment of the Georgia Infantry. Who he married, where and when, etc., etc. Died 1919. So, and in fact, you can definitely see the resemblance to Grandma. It's in the eyes. It's in the eyes. I mean, could they be any more atypically turn of the century looking? People. It's starting to fill up with people. Some of them you can see behind me. Others not so much. The horror, the terror, the unbridled sweat is building and building. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of sweat. It's a strange amount of not talking. I think this is pretty much going to be it for a week. Stay tuned. The meal was done. Several dozen people crammed into that place. If you listen, you can just hear the sound of the piano calling the people, calling them, what was it calling them to?
To worship.
Ah. You can hear it, right? You can hear it. If this kills me, if I burst into flame, this is my death knell. This is the thing that killed me. This is where I lie. It's the VIP car. Here are the VIPs.
Now, before you panic, I see a lot of Christians kind of panic about this. Before you panic, you need to know that nowhere in the New Testament, hear this, nowhere in the New Testament does the Bible talk about Christianity as, look, follow these good Christian principles, and you'll get these great things in your life. You'll have you'll have respect. The community will love you. You'll have a great marriage. In fact, the New Testament, if you've read the New Testament, it actually uses the opposite language. Only trust Him, only trust Him, only trust Him now. He will save you, He will save you, He will save you now.
It's good to see you too.
Well, I survived. We weren't here for breakfast or the morning. Was there a morning service? No, there wasn't. That was the first one. I survived my first service, the one that was really fully charged with all that good old time religion. So until tomorrow.